Hello, everyone. I'm Phoenix Tremayne, and today I'm doing SoFam Live. Good Lord, I changed the position of the camera. Now it looks like I'm looking up at you, but I have to look down to look up. This is crazy, but I felt like my camera was always looking like you were looking down on me, and now I'm looking up. So yeah, I need a tripod. So thank you. I see people starting to filter in. I did say that the live would be at 2 p.m., but I couldn't do that. To filter in. I couldn't. I did say that the live would be at 2 Okay, I'm checking my other camera, other computer, see how it looks. Right now it's too soon to really say who killed Charlie. Um, they're running out of suspects, but I can't really give a prediction right now because they're still doing red herrings. Hello, Lisa. How are you? How's everything going? Hello, Ron. Thank you for joining us. So we got 25 folks in the room and only 2 likes. So if you have this opportunity while we're just kind of getting started, letting people filter in, this would be a good time for you to hit that like button. Hello, Sandra. Thank you for joining us. Uh, Hello, BB Dolls and TV Archive, Lynette and Delicia. Thank you all for come on in. I know it's at 2 o'clock, but I was rushing. There was no way I could have started at 2 without being unprepared. Hello, Elaine and Jacarius and Christy Ownby. Thank you guys for coming on in. Feel free to shoot me off some of your questions because I mean, there's a lot going on this coming week. Um, Good Lord, we got Wyatt proposing to Flo. The only good thing about thank you, Jenny. The only thing that is good about Wyatt proposing to Flo is that it means their relationship is going to be in trouble because soaps don't have happy couples. So as soon as you get married, that's when, or you're about to get married. Look what just happened with Xander and Sarah over on Days of Our Lives. And, anybody been in Sierra got married and they've been separated ever since. So, um, General Hospital, oh, hello, Natalie. Um, but General Hospital this week was okay. Most of the momentum was last week, but this week was okay. We're finally getting around. Next week, Nina seeing Sonny and then keeping it a secret. Although that could have been her easy ticket to being able to be with her grandkid. Bring her Sonny home. Everybody's gonna be happy and thankful. Find out that you knew Sonny was alive and you tell nobody. Oh, you'll never see a grandkid. So I'm not sure why they're having her be stupid. Um, uh, Elaine is saying she heard that the mayonnaise are coming to town. We don't know who Franco was coming back as. There's lots of speculation. There's just as many people hoping he comes back as Todd as there are people hoping that he comes as Drew. Yeah, I wonder if this is going to be a smooth sailing type of situation, Jenny, with Brooklyn not saying that the father is somebody else, which, clearly Valentine should get a paternity test or something. But yeah, yeah. I hope they don't go the route that Olivia wants her to go and not tell anybody and lie like she did with her kids. Um, you see, um, yeah, mentioned a couple of people, Jacarius and Arthur, are talking about Steffi bringing that portrait down. I posted it on Twitter, the the video and the GIF, animated GIF of her pulling it down. Only thing better would have been her burning it. Don't know why Lindsay's really leaving the Israel Lives. Personally, I hope that it's just a temporary leave, just like they wanted Hope to leave at one point, and Sierra's on recurring is her choice, but Rex being recurring, a lot of people they have on a reoccurring contract. Hopefully, Lindsay will come back and looks like she might get stabbed with that needle. So hopefully she don't come back crazy. But well, Doug and Julie, Tori is saying is happily married on and off of Days of Our Lives. Well, it's happy to be a happily married couple on a show when you don't have a storyline, when you don't have scenes. Doug is in his 90s. So he's just like Victor. He's not risking catching COVID um, for a little scene here and a little scene there. We're gonna see Doug at the christening, but we don't get to see Doug and Julie's marriage on camera. So it's easy for a couple, just like when Belle and Sean are off camera, they're happy, you know. But when you're actually being used on a soap opera, you are rarely happy for very long because it's a drama. So they need things to be dramatic, um, which a lot of fans don't understand because, especially long term fans that remember soaps from the 70s and the 80s where they actually did right. Couples that were happy, they had problems, but chances are they stayed together more often than not. But now, in an age where soaps are always threatening to get canceled and there's only a few left, they're really pour the drama on any main and supporting that they're using regularly. So that's why nobody's ever happy. Marlene and John are happy for the most part because they're not on camera and they're not really showing their relationship, even though he has brain issues and might be the one killed Charlie. Who knows? So hello, Honey Smile 320. Let me see. So when Jenny Fierce, Brooklyn saying she has a plan usually means that they're going to make her the Carly with a plan that blows up in her face. If Finn and Steffi do get married, they're not going to last. There's going to be something's going to hit the fan. They're going to make him a cheater or give him some sort of crazy past or, you know, long time ago when this storyline first started, they said there's a dark side to Finn, and they never went there. But Brad Bell himself had said that there was supposed to have been a story that shows Finn's dark side. But I guess maybe he listened to fans enough to not bring that out yet. Maybe he want that to come out when they're married. He might be insecure about Liam, causing them to have arguments and issues. But there's absolutely positively no way that Finn and Steffi are gonna live happily ever after because that's not what happens on soaps. They already said in the week of March the 29th on Bold and Beautiful that Thomas is going to come in between Brooke and Ridge again. So Brooke and Ridge are going to be fighting over Thomas again. So name a happy couple that stays happy for longer than 6 months or 3 months. Some don't even stay happy for a week. Think of Jordan and Curtis. Well, Cyrus switching the results, I really hope is, you know, I really don't want that to be a thing. I really do want um, Finn to be Chase's father because there's more dramatic. We don't know Gregory. We don't care about Gregory. We don't care about the mother. Those characters can exit the show anytime now. Only people we care about is Chase and Finn. And if they go back to being brothers, who cares? What's the drama in that? Hello, Melissa. Well, Valentine Tina already said that he is willing to give Michael back control of ELQ if Nina can see her grandkid. So I'm sure the pregnancy is going to be used some kind of way against him. And I have a feeling that Brooklyn and Valentine might actually be another Ava and Nicholas situation where they end up liking each other. And Ava and Nicholas are another example of a supposedly happy couple that you don't see on camera anymore. Now that they don't have drama, they don't even focus on that relationship anymore. They're all just doing their thing. Let me see. Let me just let folks know. Do not call me. I'm live. I'm live, sir. But this is one of my clients. Hello, Phoenix. Do you think Jack Hay will do? Um, I don't think she's a long term character. I think she's more of a wait and see character. Depending on how popular she is, that'll probably be decide how long she's been on the show. I'm sure that she's not the cheapest actor to have on the show, which in part could be part of the reason why Sarah's gone. Um, when they start letting actors go and then somebody big comes on, it's usually them freeing up salary room. I saw something about General Hospital, any exits that they're going to be having on there. What actor they going to bring back? You can really say the same thing for Young and the Restless with actors leaving the show. Is there a big name coming back to Young and the Restless? And it's not the new guy, whatever his name is, because Richard Burgee or something like that. He's actually on reoccurring. He's not on contract, so we'll see. Okay, so what's both viewers writing? Lisa Knapp. I did stop watching Young the Restless back in November. I started like a week and a half ago, and is actually better. Um, this doesn't feel like the same writing that I was watching before. So I would say give Young the Restless a try and see if you like it now versus then. Because I tried to come back to the show like 3 times, and the episodes I just couldn't get through them. It was just so bad. But now the episodes are a little better. Um, well, the thing is, JC, is that Chase and Finn being brothers. I mean, did anything really come of that? Did they really do anything together when they first had them around each other? There, there was some tension, but that went away when Finn stopped being cold to him. But finding out that he's your father would be a whole long term journey, taking from being mad to not being mad. And it doesn't matter if you slept with the mother or not. because they're consenting adults, and he that's just one of them things in life you just won't talk about with family smashing. Um, well, the stage is being set for Cyrus to be killed. I don't know because I thought Cyrus was going to get killed last year, so I'm not really sure what's going to happen with Cyrus right now. I know that his ever since they took the mother, he hasn't had much of a storyline, but we'll see what happens after. Um, well, I mean, it's clearly obvious that Brooklyn and Valentine can fall in love with each other, Jenny. I mean, they're having a kid together. They had, even though it was the other actress, they had a great rapport together. Nina's all over the place, might even be seducing Sonny up in New York. So, and this isn't the same Nina. He has no he has no chemistry with the current Nina. So I don't care about Valentine and Nina anymore. And I even feel like he'd be better with Alexis over Nina. So now that they're not brother and sister. Well, Lisa, he can't afford to get his mother an apartment. We don't even know if he's even back in the program to become a doctor. Um, but I can understand Trip defending his mother. I wasn't mad at that. What was really stupid is so now they remind us that Gabby owns the mansion that everybody is in except for her. So it does not make sense that she would have ever left the mansion. Even with Abigail there, she could have kicked Abigail and Chad out. So you own the mansion all this time and you're like sleeping in the spare room at your brother's house from when you were a kid? I don't think she would ever left the mansion in real life. Hello Patricia, I'm doing well. Roderick, the problem is they're not gonna stop dragging the Sharon and Adam thing out because they're dating in real life, and that's part of the reason to get Devon and Lane together because they're dating in real life. And I think a lot of fans are really annoyed of the 6 to 8 feet rule that Young and the Restless, has adopted, and even Bold and Beautiful. CBS is being extra precautious, whereas GH and Days test everybody, isolate them, and then they can't interact with crew or anything, and they can't even rehearse together. So then they get them all together, knowing that nobody has COVID. They get them all back together, and then they act, and then they go back to their cars or whatever because they can't even have dressing rooms now. So I think that Young and Restless and Bold and Beautiful did that and quit it with the mannequins. Like they're really lucky that in real life, Finn's wife looks like Steffi, Jacqueline, because you can't really tell a difference from the side that that's not Jacqueline he's kissing. That's his real life wife he's kissing. But then when you see like Wyatt and Flo, where the color don't even match, like Flo's husband or boyfriend, whatever he is, has black hair. Wyatt does not have black hair. So it's like a clear. I think at one point, he still had like a beard or something, and Wyatt was clean shaven at that point. But of course, under circumstances, you just ignore that. But I think that they could probably, if General Hospital haven't had any issues and Days hasn't had any issues, I think that it's okay for the actors to touch as long as you keep them isolated before they film. Um, I don't. I think that they wouldn't kill Peter and Cyrus. I think they would do one murder mystery at a time. I think that if General Hospital does a murder mystery, Jenny, it will be Peter or Cyrus, not Peter and Cyrus. I think the person more likely to get killed is Peter, not Cyrus, because of Peter's Instagram post where he said goodbye to the fans and then he took it back. That I think that May Sweeps could be a Peter murder mystery. I think now that Cyrus is Laura's brother, they can get a little more traction out of his character versus Peter. But it all depends on if they actually get Cyrus a love interest or something to do. Because with Sonny, with the amnesia and out of town, and with his mother being kidnapped, he can't really boss people around like he was doing before. Not even Jordan. So yeah, yeah, I think there's more for Cyrus to do, but right now they just really had him on the sidelines. I can get into Valentine and Alexis also because Alexis needs a love interest. That's not her brother. They never grew up together, you know, so there's no reason for them not to get together. And then there's, of course, always the irony of Alexis with Helena's son. That would have to definitely like play with her mind. Elaine, I agree with you. That is Gabby's house. She should be cleaning house. And I would probably say, Kate, gotta go. But Jake, you can stay. Unless you just want to torture Kate by showing that he still has feelings for her. I think that would be, that would be funny. I gotta test my audio real quick. I think that would be okay. You can still hear me. Um, uh, Patricia, Sarah is no longer on the show. Her last air date is March the 29th. Patrick, I think that they will focus on Gabby and her Jake storyline again. Because remember, the reason why they didn't focus on Jake and Gabby's storyline is because she quit the show. So they hurried her and Rafe out of town. And then after that, she came back and she got COVID. So that's 2 weeks of filming they couldn't do. Um, which I don't know if we've seen it or not. But I think now we can sort of get back to Gabby and Jake again because we won't have Xander and Sarah anymore, and we won't have Ben and Sierra because Sierra's I think she's also leaving the week of March 29th. So yeah, Jake and Gabby will be a major storyline, and then of course it's her and Philip. They're supposed to be caught in a compromising situation next week, and Chloe and Philip are gonna hook up. So I guess Chloe and Brady fans, um, oh well. I'm not a Chloe and Brady fan. I like Kristen and Brady. Um, but yeah, Chloe and Philip are gonna do the deed. Okay, but Lisa, if you owned a big old mansion like the Demare Mansion, would you leave and just let everybody else stay, especially since all the people you're letting stay, you don't like none of them? You don't like none of them. That's super unrealistic. And Chad and Abigail have money. It's not like they would be out on the street or they would like, don't know what they're going to do. Sometimes these writers are silly for forgetting that you make these people millionaires and billionaires, and then you have these storylines where it's like, oh, but if they don't live here, where are they going to go? Uh, dip into that money in a trust fund like Sierra. You know, when they were like, well, Sierra doesn't really have to get a job. She's got Victor money, you know, trust fund. I also agree if she does not want to be on the show, let her go. Let her go. There were people before her, and there will be people after her. I think that he actually has chemistry with Alexis. So it's nothing to do with storyline or anything like that. I think that um, Alexis is a good actress. I think that Nancy Lee Grahn can have chemistry with just about anybody. And I think that the actor playing Patrick, who plays Valentine, I think that they actually feel more like brother and sister to me. But I think that now that they've made them not related, that I look at the cast of who she could be with, other than Ned, who would Alexis have? And off camera, her and Ingo aren't really liking each other. So that's not going to happen. And I think Valentine's probably the only person that could get her license back to practice law. So we can see her in the way we need to see her the way we need to. Hmm. So you didn't need to hear that. And yeah, both the Demir and Kyriakis, like Xander is CEO of a $1 billion company. You know, he doesn't have to live at the Kyriakis mansion. He can have his own mansion. But they all end up at that stupid motel across the street. Allison Sweeney's contract is 11 months. So we should see her up into the winter. So this was her first long-term contract that she's done with days in a long time, but I read 11 months. I think Valentine and Anna do have chemistry, but I storyline wise, I'd be bored. Anna, honestly, Finola Hughes is was one of my favorite actresses on the show, but over time, I feel like they just don't know what to do with Anna anymore. So I'm actually, I hate to say it, but I'm ready for Anna to go unless she becomes Alex and they redeem Alex some kind of way. But I like Alex better than Anna. Yeah, at least I agree. You got all these rich people that hate Gabby, and they're living under her roof for free. I'll be like, get your own mansion. Maybe there's something in the neighborhood you can buy. If Melanie came back, I probably I don't know if I would want Melanie with Philip because I don't like the actor playing Philip. I don't like his acting. I'm actually ready for Philip to go too. To be honest with you, but I think she deserves better. And even if Melanie got with Xander, it would essentially be the Sarah Xander situation all over again. Melanie is almost Sarah, basically. um, yes, Damien Trip during this whole storyline with Allie was told what his mother did to Steve, but I think that in a realistic sense, it's true that women can be violators in that regard, even towards other women. Because I know women who told me that they were taken advantage of by other women. Uh, but I'm sure all Trip could think about is, well, how did he get this? And that he probably enjoyed the WAP. And he can't imagine her WAP assaulting Steve. It's not funny. I swear it's not funny, but it is. Because I'm thinking of really bad jokes right now. I won't see on camera, but it has something to do with him being Patch in that situation. It'd be an awful joke. People would hate me. Well, I think I answered this question already, but Sarah's last day is March 29th, so there's nothing going on with Xander and Sarah. So she's going to be gone. Xander's supposed to be drunk the week of the 29th. There was a rumor that was not even a rumor in an interview for the November sweeps, not I mean February sweeps. Ron did an interview where he mentioned there was a chance that Xander could be paired with Gabby, and then we saw that she tried to sell Gabby Sheik to Xander, and we thought that was it. But if Sarah is not in the picture, maybe when he says Xander could potentially be with Gabby, maybe he wasn't joking. That'd be something new for him and Philip to fight over. I can't say I've always wanted Anna to go, but she used to be one of my favorite soap actors. I really enjoy Finola Hughes, but Finola Hughes looks tired. She looks like she's done every soap storyline, and she's not as bad as um, Sam on General Hospital, but yeah, she's not that bad. But I would love for them to switch Anna out for Hayden. Hayden is such a better character. Anna, the former spy who's boring everybody. Um, Alex is not dead. If there's nobody, and sometimes even when there is, on a soap opera, nobody's dead ever. Even Days of Our Lives, Stefano, they got brain chips with putting Stefano in people's head. Hello, BBW, Amy. Well, once again, Kate is another character who has money, who's been a CEO multiple times, and I'm sure she probably has some alimony from one of them rich men she was with. But they had her stand in the inn, over top of the Salem Inn. They act like the Salem Inn is not the Grand Phoenix. I don't think Chanel is Theo's ex girlfriend. Um, there's a scene where they got uh, she was trying to con uh, Claire and I think maybe Trip out of check that she was trying to stick them with the check or something on a promo. So she don't have any money, so I don't know how she could live in Africa. And even though I wouldn't put him past them to make her the ex girlfriend of Theo, um, mm, that's I don't know. Maybe you're right. We'll see. We'll see. I won't say she's not, but it wouldn't be the first time a sub character mentioned a girlfriend, and then all of a sudden she pop up next. But that's a mighty big coincidence that Paulina's daughter was dating Theo in Africa. Mm. Yeah, she still looks like she's in high school. Well, Spencer hates Ava, and Ryan hates Ava, so he's probably thinking he'll work with Ryan to get rid of Ava. I thought this scene was well done, and I thought it was funny that I wish Hope that would have went a little bit more in on him about why aren't you more relieved that you're not the father? It's not like she's not having the baby, but now your oops baby isn't happening. You know, I don't understand why they're portraying Kristen the way they're portraying Kristen. Kristen is probably my favorite character on the show, but I actually have been really fast forwarding through most of her scenes because when characters I like get stupid stories that's gonna end in horrible disaster for no reason. Even the character said I should have told Brady me and Susan switched. I was like, yeah, you could still tell Brady that you and Susan switched. That's before she kidnapped Sarah. And she's supposed to make a confession to Brady. I'm sure that confession will probably be whatever happened to Sarah. But yeah. Maya and Rick were both fired. So they're no longer on the show. Both actors were fired. So Victoria, I actually enjoy Victoria trying to take Billy from Lily. That's something I can get behind. I know a lot of us is tired of her go-to guy going running back to Billy just for him to do something, for her to go running away again. But I actually enjoy Victoria being the bad one. Well, unfortunately, based on the pictures, it looked like Kristen either injects Sarah with the needle or she threatens to inject Sarah with the needle based on the picture because they got a picture of Kristen looking like, she's got the needle and Sarah looking scared. And then Sarah volunteers to get into the trunk. So I'm like, I don't really know where that's coming from. Is she drugged and decides to get in the trunk? Or is she scared and decides to get in the trunk? Um, when it comes to Nancy, what she did with, or what she said about Viola was her not staying in her lane and probably in her own feelings about her never winning an Emmy. Well, I can't remember if Nancy ever won an Emmy or not, but a primetime Emmy. And it just felt like she sounded more bitter than anything else about Viola getting it. Since then, everything she's said and everyone she's targeted politically, I've agreed with. So I'm gonna give her a pass on that, even though I love Viola and I follow Viola and retweet a lot of her stuff. Um, because of Nancy's views on a lot of other things, I think that that was maybe just a personal misstep. I'm not gonna call it out racist. It's not like uh, what's his name, Steve Burton, making a white power symbol next to Bernie Watson when he got caught there, or the things he said with Bradford Anderson, or the things Ingo has said online that made me hate him. So those were racist, period. But as far as Nancy goes, I'm not going to go there with her. I think that was just a moment of jealousy, and she said the wrong thing. So I'm a little bit behind in my reading. So I'm gonna see if I can see any questions I haven't answered yet. Um, okay, so uh, Chanel will be the new love interest of Theo. Yes, she's gonna be in a love triangle with Theo and Claire. Um, uh, Spencer. Yes, I agree. General Hospital does have some unnecessary characters. I'm really hoping for Ava and Rafe. I think they would look like an amazing couple. Like I said, I'm not a fan of Phillips at all. But if Philip is what Gabby needs to do to take Jake from Kate, then I'm all for it. And this week, Roman will try to win Kate back. So they remembered Roman's on the show, and they have a kid together. So yeah, so if so, it may not be the Jake dumps Gabby for Kate. I mean Kate for Gabby. It might actually be Kate dumps Jake for Roman. Delicia, I actually think it'll be a love triangle. I think it's going to be Rafe, Ava, and Nicole love triangle. Um, when she realizes Eric ain't coming back, um, they showed Kelly on Friday or Thursday or whatever it was, so they didn't really age her that much. Yeah, and I can't remember. Does Sarah have a tattoo in the back of her neck? I know Kristen has a tattoo back there, but a lot of people have been rolling their eyes at Kristen becomes Sarah because they're not the same height. So, you just got to let it go because it's a soap opera. But yeah, they're both skinny, but they're not the same height. So I just saw a question about Hope letting Liam off the hook. She hasn't left let Liam off the hook. She's actually not back together with Liam next week. Brooke is in the scene trying to convince Hope to take Liam back. So, she's still on the fence about that. And I'm sure she's starting to feel a certain kind of way about Thomas. I see people saying goodbye to Jenny. Okay. Um, okay. And thank you for joining us, Jenny. We'll see you next time. And I'm glad you're finally COVID free. Thank you. That's why I corrected myself that I can't remember if she won an Emmy or not because she's good enough to have won one at some point. Um, if Peter really is the new Phazon, then that also means that there is a chance that Peter's days is numbered because how long can a character that's obsessive last on a soap? I guess Stefano lasted a long time, but we'll see. You mean Sierra's gone? Ben will be depressed, and they might actually start this Claire relationship up that they've been hinting at since November. I don't think Chloe had anything with the poison because Chelsea kept saying, "I can't tell you what the plan is. Just help me." She also had the toys or whatever that she had stole from Sharon, so we know she was there. So Chelsea is uh, is definitely the one that poisoned Ray. Um, they, I can actually tell you, I just found it today because I'm gonna have to do the sub videos for the week of the 22nd. But I did find out what happened to Ray, and they even gave us the kind of poison that Ray was taking was given. So let me find that real quick. I hit the wrong thing. So Ray is diagnosed with thallium poisoning, and there's an investigation. Sharon's cottage is thoroughly searched, and an analysis is performed. Thallium is discovered in Ray's body wash, shaving cream, and hair gel. This means that Ray was intentionally poisoned. So yeah, they made sure that Ray got poisoned, and I'm sure the reason why is Chelsea is trying to frame Adam for either murder or attempted murder. I'm fine with Sam being with anybody but Jason. Clearly, I've said it over and over again. Kelly and Kelly and Steve do not like each other. You can see it on camera. You can see it in the body language. You can see it in the way that writers don't put them in scenes very often. So, and she looks much happier when she's paired with anybody but Jason. So, yeah, I'm all for Sam and Dante together. Okay, thank you. I couldn't remember. Thank you. I've never heard of Cassie. I agree with you, Honey Smile 320. Brooke should be urging Hope to move on and find a man that won't keep going back to Steffi or having oops babies with Steffi. But she is teaching her daughter to be her. Her relationship with Ridge and Taylor. Steffi is the Taylor to Hope's Brooke, and Ridge is Liam. And I'm guessing Finn would be the Thorn. Well, I know Faison lasted for decades, but I'm just saying, as a regular on the show, Faison was always coming and going, and just like Kristen on Bold and Beautiful on Days of Our Lives, he had those magical masks that allowed him to look like anybody. I think the last person he used it for was Duke. I wouldn't be shocked if The right now Ben, the only person who's close enough to Ben to be a potential love interest is Claire. Other than Marlena, that is the only woman that he's really around. Claire, Kayla, because he's always getting hurt, and Marlena. He's never around any other girl that is anywhere near his age range. Um, Not even Sarah or somebody like that, or even Abigail, because he used to be obsessed with Abigail. Now, if it was Olivia Rose Keegan as Claire, then you said Sierra. I don't like Sierra with Ben. I mean, I love Sierra with Ben. I just don't like that they have an actress that don't want to commit to the show, which causes them to keep thinking of ways to break them up. I think she's really considering being with Thomas because Thomas has gone above and beyond the duty of showing her that he's changed. Um, no, Sasha Callie, when Young the Restless, their shows are 4 to 6 weeks in advance. I think because it's like a month to a month and a half in advance. Um, so she just recently got announced like 2 weeks ago to be Supergirl. So that's definitely not because I think they're doing May scenes now on General Hospital and on Young the Restless. I think they may be up there too. They're probably getting ready for May sweeps episodes. So Sasha Callie's Lola should be serving enchiladas for at least another 2 months. Now, what happens after that? Because she's still, as far as I know, um, I don't know if she's still on contract. She might be reoccurring now because they barely show her. But being announced that she's Supergirl is free publicity, and they may want to capitalize on that while they still have her. But to film that movie, she's not going to be. She can't do Young Restless and film both. So I think they'll probably have Lola go back to Miami or to visit her brother or mother or something, and then we'll see if she comes back. Yeah, I didn't know Rex had a twin. I don't think they're gonna kill Ray off because they know exactly what poison was given to him. Um, so that should save him. Um, Wendy, since they're the only Latino representation on the show and they're barely using Lola, I think that his job would be safe because, as far as diversity goes, Latin wise, Ray is it. Yes, it looks like they're putting Brando and Sasha together. Yeah, um, I don't think Sharon would be a suspect. I think Chelsea's target is Adam. And if Sharon thinks that Adam poisoned Ray, that would be the end of her marriage. Um, and um, It would keep her and Adam apart. Hello, Shakira. Vera, I do not think Franco is coming back as himself. They showed his body in the morgue, and there was no way that Cam, he would have known that Cam was going to do that. So it really wouldn't make any sense for Franco to come back as Franco. I agree, Lisa. Brando is unnecessary. Okay, everyone. If you can get your last questions in, I have another 3 minutes and then we'll be signing off. So if you have anything you want to ask me with the next couple of minutes, um, let me know and I will answer them. Um, let's see. There's even Brando Susher. I don't think Chase is leaving. I don't know how you can fake a body in the freezer. This is not Days of Our Lives, so I do think he will be back as either Drew or Todd. Oh, see, I was looking for this one. Um, Actually, I agree with you. I mean, I think Sonny being off the show for so long has proven that he's may not be as necessary as everyone may have thought. The show has been very good with or without him. Oh, happy birthday. Happy birthday, honey smile. 320. Thank you for spending some time with us on your birthday. I really appreciate it. We got 2 minutes left. Um, uh, you see, Josh was being. I didn't watch Franco's memorial. I, I don't really watch the funerals and the weddings unless the wedding's going to be a disaster. Um, I actually think Ben is probably in his 20s also. Um, let me see. What is it? Robert Scott Wilson. No. Well, Robert Scott Wilson is 33, but I don't think his character's 33. I think his character's probably younger than that. At least that's the way he plays him. And Victoria in real life is 24, so they're less than 10 years apart. And in my life, I never wanted anyone 10 years older than me or 10 years younger than me. I don't think they're going to have a wax body. So, okay, that's it. Um, well, Patrick, I mean, come on now. You're saying Ben, there are so many characters on this show that went from 10 to 20 that realistically, you can't even think of it that whatever age Sierra's supposed to be, the actress is 23. Then that's Sierra's age. A lot of these characters that have been aged rapidly are older than their parents have known each other. They are. I'll say it again. They are older than their parents actually knew each other. These are immaculate conceptions that didn't even need bodies to gestate in. So yeah, you got to use soap logic. You can't use realistic logic because realistically, Sierra would still be a little girl. She wouldn't be in her 20s. But she's not that actress. It's a new actress. So we just got to let that go. So thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed the show. I enjoyed having you here today. I'm going to try to do this again Saturdays at 2. This week I had to do it at 3, but my goal is to do it at 2. And I hope to see you next week. And be on the lookout because today I'm going to be filming the spoilers for next week. And for the members, the spoilers for 2 weeks from now. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great spring day. It's the first of spring. Have a great day.